Hi guys, it's me Tippy. Welcome to another vlog. Today is going to be quite different than the usual day in my life, week in my life, whatever life. Today is just going to be a sit-down video. So I'll be packing, but I asked you guys on the community tab of YouTube to leave some of your questions because I know I've been gone for a little bit. Tan6262. Sabi niya, what was your favorite moment thus far today? Hindi ko sure if she means today or thus far in my life. I'll just answer both. Today, my favorite moment was I was able to visit my mom again with Miguel. So, sinamahan niya ako kanina and it really makes me feel good when I'm able to visit my mom because I feel like baka from heaven, she's seeing na lagi pa rin siyang binivisit and that makes me feel very good. Another thing about today was that I saw that there are many flowers for her. So, nagugulat kami na even if, kasi every week ako pumupunta and I see always na parang may flowers na hindi galing sa amin and that makes me feel so nice. Like my mom is remembered by others and they don't even have to tell me and that makes me feel so good. So that's my favorite moment today. But favorite moment thus far today, if I count my whole life, ang hirap naman. My gosh, ang hirap to choose just one. Can I choose two? Of course, when I got married to Miguel, that was such a beautiful moment in my life. I just knew that I made the right decision choosing my husband. And when I passed the bar, it felt so good to pass that exam after all the hard work. Lahat ng mga nag-licensure exam dyan, alam niyo kung gaano kahirap mag-aral for that. And so, it felt so good and it made my parents so proud. So, I was happy that I was able to do that. Yeah, naku, kahit paano ba to? Chichika ng chichika habang nag-aano ng damit. Are you planning to have a baby po? Yes, I've always wanted children. Although before, I wanted 3 to 5. Ngayon siguro, nung kinasal na ako, nalaman ko kung gaano kahirap ang buhay, ang daming gastusin. So baka 1 to 2, at 2 at most. The plan actually was to try to have a baby ng 2024. But as you know, ang daming nangyari sa buhay. My mental health is really affected to the point na I really thought it might not be best to bring a baby into the world knowing that I'm not emotionally stable. Kasi syempre you have to be emotionally stable for the child. I have to be 100% there. So, the plans are delayed. But yes, I want to have a baby. Our plans just got derailed. But hopefully, I'll find myself ready to start trying for a baby na rin. And ako, blessed ako kasi yung asawa ko parang kung kailan ka ready. Gustong-gusto na ni Miguel. To be honest. Especially pag nakakasama namin si Bella, anak ng sister ko, ni Emmet. Siyempre, ano na rin, kasi feeling ko nurturing ako as a person. And so, I've always wanted a baby. It's just, I made a conscious decision for myself that I feel like my body's not ready to have it if my mind is not ready. Yeah. So, yun. We're planning. I just don't know when it will be. Maybe soon. Hopefully soon. Okay, next question we have from KMMN09. What's your favorite song right now? Oh my God, guys. Hindi ko alam kung napanood niyo na yung movie The Wild Robot. So, The Wild Robot is really such a nice movie. It's an animated film. My favorite song right now is from that movie and it's called Even When I'm Not by Maren Morris. Yeah, super emotional, super meaningful song. I love it so much. This is from Ange Mercadeja 7947. How did you know that Miguel was the one and best age to get married? I'll answer the second question first because I feel like I don't have an answer for it. I don't think there's a specific age that would be the best age to get married. Of course, syempre pag legal ka na, diba? Di mo na kailangan ng paalam ng magulang mo. Siguro yun na lang yung limitations natin. But best age, I think it's more dependent on when you found the right person, when you know talaga na, alam mo yun, okay yung magiging partner mo, na kaya nyong harapin yung buhay together. I think yun yung mas importante rather than giving a specific age or age range. I got married when I was 27. Yeah, I was still in law school. But I was on my last semester when I got married. So, feeling ko parang ready na akong makasama ang minamahal ko sa buhay at that point. But I don't think there's a best age. So yeah, but how did I know that Miguel was the one? I can't give you one moment in our relationship when nasabi ko na, shucks, Miguel is the one. More of in our daily interactions, in how we solve our problems, in ano yung mga gusto namin for the future, I knew that we were aligned. And Miguel was so good, not only to me, but also to my family. And I feel like in my past relationships, I can say naman lahat ng nakarelasyon ko, mabuti naman silang tao. But they did not have the same love for my family that Miguel had and Miguel showed to me. And that was just so one of the best attributes I found in Miguel. And so I just love him because I love my family so much. So this is from Lover. Lawvrr. Ang love na love mo ang law. Any hobbies you have now? I have one hobby that I've always had since before the pandemic, which I think was even honed more and during the pandemic, was to cook. I really love to cook. Di ko pa masyadong nasi-share sa inyo yon. But I think in the past videos naman din, meron. I love to cook. Pero ang new hobby ko now is spinning, rhythmic cycling. So I go to a studio in Podium. When I was still working for a law firm, I would go to their studio in BGC, but now nasa Podium na ako. I absolutely love it. It's fun. The music, the darkness, parang napapa-focus ka lang sa workout mo, and na-enjoy ko talaga. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, medyo dumilim ata kasi maulan at nag-iba ko ng framing dahil napansin ko hindi nakafocus sa akin yung camera. Okay, so mabalik tayo sa Zeus coffee order ko, which is my favorite iced Spanish latte, less sugar, tapos Boss yung beans. I think yung Boss is yung mas chocolatey, mas robust. Wala akong alam, basta mahilig lang ako sa kape. Ito from Z Cielo. I took the PhilSat and passed and got into law school. Okay, wait. And got into law school for one sem. I stopped because of Taal eruption na affected kami. Then COVID. Till now, di pa ako bumabalik sa law school. My heart is ready, pero mentally, I am not. Though I know na it's a dream I intend to fulfill in God's perfect time. What is your advice for people like me na somehow delayed ang dreams? First of all, if you know that you're mentally not prepared for law school or for anything in general, if you're not mentally prepared, if you know that your head is not in it, I would not advise you to go into it now. The good thing about law school is that you can come at a later age, at a later time and point in your life. I went into law school, I was 22, 23. So I took 2 years off after I graduated from college. Tapos saka ako pumasok into law school. To be honest, I felt like I was mentally more prepared than others just because I felt like I was more mature. And there's no shame into going into law school later on. You have to be mentally prepared. Law school can really affect your mental health because of course, alam mo naman, Socratic method yon. Sometimes, there are professors that will really try to mess with your brain. I think because they try to give you like a strength, and I don't really know why there are torturous professors, but I guess it's just to make you stronger. And if you're not mentally ready, if you know in your heart, diba? These are two separate things. Your mind and your heart, they're separate. And sometimes your heart is super in it, but your mind is not, and it will really, parang you're setting yourself up for failure. So if you're not mentally prepared for it, I would suggest waiting it out a bit. The dream can still be fulfilled at a later date. So there's no shame in that. What is your advice for people like me na somehow delayed ang dreams? I guess the only advice I can give is just be kinder to yourself. Don't put that pressure on you na you have to do it now. For example, if other things happen, may mga sakuna pang mangyari sa buhay mo at hindi mo magawa yun, I think there are other things in life that maybe are more apt for you. or maybe there are other dreams you're fulfilling on the way, that hopefully, your mind and your body and your heart are ready for, and that you will be okay with. Gar Christian Tesorero. Favorite TS album and song? Oh my gosh, mahirap to, guys. Favorite Taylor Swift album and song? If you do not know yet, I am a huge Swiftie, as in I've loved her since Taylor Swift, the album, and I love her until now. Mahirap! My favorite, I'll give two favorite Taylor Swift albums, but this can change at any point in time, so do not hold me to what I will say today because it can change next week. Two of my favorite TS albums would be Midnights and I'll have to say Tortured Poets. Alam ko ito yung mga pinakabago, but I just feel like she's always been poetic, but the poetry now really resonates with me. Parang mas mature yung pagsulat niya. Oh, song! Ngayon, I love, actually hindi from either of those albums, Marjorie and Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Those are my two favorite songs right now. And from Pogal Juvian May 5850. Do you have any regrets during your law school era, ate? What can you say to those who are discouraged to take law because they're afraid of losing their peaceful life? Do I have any regrets during my law school era? Perhaps maybe, and I think this goes for anything that I try in life, is that I didn't try harder. Kasi in hindsight na parang isip ko, baka dapat nagpuyat pa ako more, baka dapat ginawa ko to. May mga ganun lang na, regrets lang, sana I should have done this, baka sakali nag-cum laude pa ako nung nag-graduate ako. But then, these are regrets na hindi ko naman iniisip everyday. Parang, lalo na ngayon sa buhay ko, naiintindihan ko na maraming mas importanteng bagay kesa yung mga awards, achievements na ganun. So, mga naiisip ko lang paminsan, sana ginawa ko to, sana ginawa ko yan. Mas naging active ako with extracurricular activities, but I don't really hold these regrets in my heart. Like, I have them if you ask me now for conversation, I can tell you those are my regrets, but they don't really, wala akong regret na masasabi ko ngayon, iniinda ko pa rin. Wala. What can you say to those who are discouraged to take law because they're afraid of losing their peaceful life? You don't really have to lose a peaceful life. Like I said to the question earlier, you have to be mentally prepared for it. And I think if you're mentally prepared, you will know how to prioritize. I went into law school, I had a boyfriend, I decided to get married. I was very present for my family. I was still doing things on the side, I didn't really lose a peaceful life. It's all about, knowing your priorities and reaching your goals. Despite sometimes having to kind of change the order in the prioritization of your priorities. So yun. And I like to live a holistic life, if when I went into law school, when I got a job, when I did this, when I did that, I didn't want to compromise the other important things in my life. And I think that's how I was at peace. I was stressed, but I was at peace. I had a peaceful life, even if I went through something very stressful. Okay. This is from Alisa Francia 4854. Did you attend the Eras Tour? Saw in one of your videos posts that Miguel gifted you Eras Tour tickets. Hehe. Yes, we attended the Eras Tour. I will place a photo here just so you can see. This was in February. We attended the Eras Tour in Singapore. The reason why I did not post anything about it was Eras Tour magiging na naman, emotional na naman. But, this is real. This is just raw. This was the worst time in my life. After nung Eras Tour, when we were in Singapore, backtrack na lang. Before we left for Singapore in February, my family, my dad, my sister, and I went to the States. That was, on the plane going to the States, was the first panic attack I had. I never had panic attacks before. I would get, anxious and stuff like that. Pero yung to reach an anxiety level na sobrang hindi hindi ko maramdaman yung kamay ko, talagang hindi ako makahinga. Hindi ko maintindihan yung nangyayari sa akin kasi nga hindi naman ako nagpa-panic attacks before. But I guess going through what we are going through, nagkaroon ako ng ganun. So, going to Singapore pa lang, sinasabi ko na kay Miguel, medyo kinakabahan ako, ganyan. Tapos, nanood ako ng Eras Tour. And like I said, I've always been a big Taylor Swift fan. And I was looking forward to watching her for the past year since Miguel gifted me the tickets. And almost a year before we watched, it just felt so weird to be so sad and to look forward to watching your idol. So after nung Eras Tour, I had the worst attack because I couldn't reconcile kung ano yung nararamdaman ko. And it was because of the Eras Tour, yung trip na yon, na na-realize ko na kailangan ko ng mag-seek ng professional help. So, trigger warning na lang dyan. Yeah, so that was the time that I said to myself, shucks, kailangan ko magpatingin. Kailangan kong mag-ask ng help. I reached a level of sadness na never ko pa na-reach before. Na parang yung brain ko, nag-iisip na ng hindi, alam kong hindi ko naman nararamdaman. And that is why I never posted about it. Because I remember very, very bad things. We didn't finish the concert because I was starting to think, oh my gosh, mag-rush yung mga people to the trains, to the walk, and I didn't want to have an attack ng hindi, alam mo yun, yung hindi ko alam kung ano yung level ng attack na maaabutan sa akin doon. So that's why I never posted about it, because when I look at the pictures, it reminds me of how low a time that was for me. That's why. But I did go to the Eras Tour in Singapore. Not the night na pumunta si Travis Kelce, unfortunately. From Kenneth Giselle Esconde. Hi, Ate Tipi. I'm a silent fan of you. Been watching your videos since the first day to now. In relation to your request, can you answer this, Ate? Do you have regrets in leaving your dream job or planning to be a full-time content creator as of now? Thanks, Ate. I don't have regrets about leaving my dream job. I do have sadness. Siyempre, namimiss ko. In my eyes, it was such a prestigious job. It was well-paying, and parang feeling ko hindi ko pa na-reach yung full potential ko. I've only been there for a year and 8 months. Parang ganun. I miss the people. But regrets, no, because I feel like this has been very refreshing for me. Smelling the flowers, seeing the sky, and not thinking of, what responsibilities I have to do, figuring out solutions to other people's problems. I'm just trying to figure out the solutions to my own problems right now. So, hindi ko pa nire-regret so far. Although may isa ko, namimiss ko. Am I planning to be a full-time content creator? As of now, it's the only thing I'm doing. I'm just, living life and just creating content and posting it on YouTube or other social media accounts. But I do know that I want to practice law pa rin when the right opportunity comes. Hindi ko palang alam kung ano yun at kung kailan yun. Pero for now, ito yung ginagawa ko. And I'm just trying to take things one day at a time. Okay, next question. Since getting married and living together, what are your new discoveries about Miguel that you never knew when you were still boyfriend-girlfriends? Adjustments as married couple. This is from Jobwen3737. Since new discoveries, I did not know na sobrang love pala talaga niya yung video games. Like, alam ko yun before pa, pero nung mag-asawa na kami, like, hindi siya lumalabas. And I guess good thing na rin for me kasi nakikita ko kung nasan siya. Wala naman akong takot sa asawa ko, diba, na may gagawin siya kasi sobrang bait talaga ni Miguel. Pero grabe yung love niya for video games, and he has such an inner child na nakakatuwa. Minsan, syempre, parang iisip ko, Miguel, naglalaro ka na naman. Pero at the same time, sinusuportahan ko na din kasi at least nandito siya, naman siya nag-drugs. Charot. Adjustments as married couple. And ito, wala namang nag-ask ng advice ko kasi syempre bagong asawa lang din naman ako. But advice sa mga adjustments as married couple is not fighting every battle na feeling mo nagkakaroon ng battleground. Yun yung adjustment sa akin. Hindi lahat ng nakakaasar kailangan mong pansinin. Hindi lahat ng mga bagay na feeling mo tama ka, kailangan mong yun naman. Siyempre, notorious naman ang mga lawyers for being palavarn, di ba? Dati talaga, like, pag feeling ko tama ako, gagawin, sabihin ko sa'yo, hey, parang mali to, ganyan. Of course, respectfully. Ewan ko kung nasabi ko na to before, but the way you communicate things or your manner of how you communicate things, for me is half the essence of what you're trying to communicate. So if you're not communicating it in a respectful manner, in the proper way, it can be construed differently. Kasi parang if disrespectful ka or if hindi maganda yung pagkakasabi mo, minsan kahit ang ganda ng message mo, hindi matatanggap ng tama. So, dati, ang ano ko is lahat ng bagay sasabihin ko, kung mali ka, sabihin ko sa'yo mali ka, ganyan. Pero adjustment ko now is, yun, hindi lahat ng laban kailangan ilaban. Parang pick your fights, choose your battles, and if there are things that you can accept na hindi naman maaano yung pagkatao mo, i-accept mo na lang. Like for example, putting down the toilet seat. I don't have to tell him every time if nagkamali siya. Kasi 89% of the time, nagagawa naman niya ng tama. So bakit ko pa ilalaban to? Parang ma-hurt lang siya. Magkakaroon lang kami ng conflict, magkakaasaran lang kami. So I choose. That's an adjustment na you have to do consciously. Choose your battles. From Riza Soriano, what's it like being you right now? What activity do you do that makes you feel most like yourself? And what's great about your mom? What's it like being you right now? I feel very much like chop suey. How does it feel to be me right now? I don't think anybody has ever asked me that question. Of course, it's not a secret to this point naman, I guess, the people asking questions. You guys have been here for the vlog, so you know what's going on. It feels weird. Ako, nagaano yung panahon. I feel a little weird because I'm not in my comfort zone. I'm in my home. You know, I'm doing things. Umuulan ako, sana naririnig niyo pa rin ako. I'm able to do the things, hobbies, yung mga feeling ko makakapagpasaya sa akin. So I guess that would make me happy. But at the same time, I feel a little lost kasi. So I'm confused. So I can't give a good answer on how it feels to be me right now. What activity do you do that makes you feel most like yourself? Cooking. I feel proud kapag ka masarap. Alam mo yun, kapag ka inuubos ni Miguel, kapag napapadala ko kay Papa, kay Ate Jackie, or dito sila kumakain, or si Ate Helen, sabi niya, Madam, masarap. Napaproud ako sa sarili ko, and I feel like I'm able to translate my love for people through cooking. What's great about your mom? My mom is the most supportive person I know. Not only sa amin ng family namin, but to anybody that needed support. So that was the greatest thing. And parang feeling ko na not only was it present for us, but I guess it rubbed off on us then na I feel that I'm also very supportive to the people I love. And with support came presence. And my mom was very present. And I guess kaya yung absence niya sobrang nararamdaman kasi nga sobrang present niya sa buhay namin, sa buhay ng lahat ng tao. That's what I love about my mom. That's what I love so much about her. And I hope that pag ready na kami to have children, that I can also be the same for my children. Both my parents, very present and very supportive. Baka I won't be able to answer na all questions because I think this is going to be a little too long. I'm just trying to answer as much as I can. I'm really sorry. Maybe we can do this next time if you guys enjoy this type of content. From EJ Kalaor 9198. What's your advice and tips for those who just took the bar exams and are now waiting for the bar results? How to keep oneself sane and productive while waiting? How to prepare one's heart for the results? Glad to see you back on the vlog. Okay, I think this is very important for me. While waiting for the bar results, I was already working. Do I think it's for everyone? Maybe not. In hindsight, baka dapat nag-wait ako. Parang feeling ko na swerte na pumasa even if nandun. But then I'm thinking, you know, a lot of people don't make it on the first, second try, and that's fine. I think it's a mix of different reasons why people don't make the cut the first time. And if you have a family member who did not pass the bar the first time, the second time, or whichever time they did not pass the bar, please be kind to them. It's not about not putting enough effort. Sometimes may mga tao na aminado sila, you know, they weren't able to prepare enough. But sometimes, a lot of times actually, it's also luck. Luck really plays a part in being able to pass the bar because there's just so much to read, so much to prepare for. Alam mo yun, minsan ang brains natin di naman kayang ma-memorize lahat ng bagay unless sobrang special ka na tao, diba? Sorry. Tingnan mo, nag-agree sa akin yung langit. Anyway, sorry kung sumisigaw ako kasi feeling hindi niyo ako naririnig. Anyway, so yun. So be kind to them because you don't know why they did not pass the bar. But going back to the question, I would advise you to just, if you have the luxury of just being able to do your hobbies or to just get your mind off of thinking about the results, I would advise that you do that just because I feel like it's healthier for your mental health. But if you're the type of person that... Come in, you want to come in?
I'll prepare it.
Okay. But if you're the kind of person na, you know, mas okay for you mentally to do other things, to be busy, then go do that. I don't think there's one size fits all for people who are waiting for the bar results. It's a stressful time. Yeah, so if you have the luxury of just doing your hobbies, being productive in a way that's not really legal work yet, then do that. I know there's extra pressure kasi kapag ka nagtrabaho ka tapos naghihintay lahat, tapos lahat nakaabang na parang, oh my God, pag di ka pumasa, kailangan mo ba mag-quit? Anong gagawin mo? So may ganong factor kasi kapag ka nag-underbar ka, like myself. I think that was added pressure on myself, plus that I'm older than my other batchmates, so there was that as well. But yeah, I guess just you do you, boo. As in, totoo yan. Ang igsi ng buhay para sa madaming tao, so you gotta do what is most comfortable for you, especially if you have the luxury of, you know, just enjoying life. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. How do you cope up with loss and grief? That is such a hard question because I don't think I really have been able to fully cope with it. The best advice given to me, and I feel like the best advice I can give to other people as well, if you're going through whatever sort of loss, grief, whatever the circumstance is to just take things one day at a time. And I'm looking back at the Singapore February, March, that time in my life when I really had to look for help. I was looking at the end picture and how I was feeling at that point. Iniisip ko, grabe, all-consuming yung pain. All-consuming yung loss. Yung pagmimiss mo sa tao. Tapos hindi ko makita yung future. Like, hindi ko makita kailan siya magiging okay. Kasi yung sakit niya, like, buwan-bunan hanggang paa. So, hindi ko ma-reconcile. How do I go from this point to a point of being okay? And I guess ang naka-help sa akin was to take things one day at a time. Today was better than yesterday. The pain, the sadness, the loss, buong buo pa rin. Pero yung pag-handle ko sa kanya, I think is better than yesterday. And that's why it helps to just take things one day at a time. Plan today. Be present today. And look back at yesterday and think, I did a better job today than I did yesterday. So I guess that's the most basic advice I can give on how to cope with loss and grief. Although I'm not yet 100%. And I don't think I will ever be 100% because I will always miss my mom. And that's also the beauty of it, you know? You were loved so much, you loved so much. And that's why there is grief, you know, unexpressed love. So I don't think it will ever be 100% like before. It will never be. I don't even just think that. I know it will never be. But you have to take it one day at a time and be kinder to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Grief is hard. And if you feel like people around you don't get it, or if you feel pressured to just move on and to be okay, shut them out. Shut them out. A big part of my also not being able to deal with my grief positively, I don't want to say positively, but I feel like quote unquote correctly, there's no correct way, diba? But I guess what was helpful for me then, hindi naging helpful for me was I was so conscious about people thinking, oh my God, umiyak na naman siya, nakalimang buwan na, bakit parang hindi pa rin siya okay? Ngayon, I just shut people out. If hindi ako okay, if naiiyak ako ngayon, pabayaan niyo kung umiyak. Kailangan kong iiyak to. Namimiss ko yung mahal ko eh. And I guess no, nung nasa point na ako na wala na akong care, sabihin niyo, ano ba yan, di pa siya okay, wala na akong pake. Kung ganyan yung iniisip niyo, ibig sabihin hindi niyo nararamdaman, and be grateful na hindi niyo nararamdaman yung lungkot na napagdaanan ng taong nawala ng mahal sa buhay. So, yeah, take things one day at a time, be kind to yourself, and feel your grief and loss the way you need to feel it. Because it's the only way you can move forward. It's the only way you can be grateful for your strength, and you can develop even more strength if you feel it and you go through it and you reflect on things one day at a time. But there's one comment from Carla Marie Copeland 8881. No question, I hope you're doing well. I love your vlogs. I'm a fan since you started singing. Watching you from Pittsburgh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I think this goes for everyone that are here present, watching this, or that have watched the past vlogs. I think I'll also take this time to just, ilalapit ko na kasi feeling ko hindi nyo ako naririnig, but then baka mamaya feeling ko lang naman pala. So ayun, I'm just really eternally grateful for the support and the kindness that you guys have shown me. Sometimes maybe my life may be boring or monotonous. I'm not really sure what the future holds. I guess that's not monotonous. Medyo na wala na yung sinasabi ko, but I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I hope to see you guys more often in the future, and I hope to share more of my life, our life, with you all. I hope this was informative. I hope this was comforting, a comforting conversation for some people, and quite honest, I've never been secretive, I've never been pretentious. I will tell you how I feel, and I will show you how I feel, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, and if you like this, please like and comment down below if there are other things you want to talk about. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Be kind to yourself. And my husband says hi.
Hello! Time to work!
Time to work! Kasi walang trabaho yung asawa mo! Hi Ate Helen, mag-hi ka rin! Hi ate! Kaway-kaway sa mga taga-Camsur dyan. And this is Willow! And this is Bailey! Ang aming baby. Si Frankie is downstairs. Nahihirapan na siyang umakyat. Okay, bye for real!